I definitely have a typo at the end of that. That's super good. Really high production quality by me. What's up, guys?
Oh,
Greetings.
Back once again. 8th session of Turning the Wheels second campaign. Last week they meet a bunch of telepathic, really, really emotionally controlling, stable people in the eternal empire of Kindus. You were then taken up into a fortress after battling along the coast, tired, a horde of mindless, psychically screaming creatures, saved by the inhabitants of Kindus, who then took you back to their fortress after letting you rest for a night, where you have met the Commander Ballard, who it is said has slain 2 of the Dreamers by himself. But when we left, we're asking Ballard questions. So we can return to that if you guys have thought of more questions over the week.
The last question I had to ask, if I remember right, is how we can repay him and his people for housing us and keeping us safe. But if you want to do background questions first, that's fine.
Is difficult because you are not severed from the dream. Anywhere you go, you're vulnerable to the dreamers. Should you fall asleep.
But couldn't a severed protect us?
It is possible, though rumors of your behavior have spread throughout our home. And your behavior is concerning to the Kindus.
Do you mean Andreas's behavior?
Even so. But you have traveled a long way. Tana has told Tarashtar, who has told me. It has been 2 moons since you set out from a place called Sendis. Tell me of Sendis. What is it like?
it's beautiful. There's nice geography. The port cities. A nice place in general, mostly orderly. We just recovered from a war that just kind of wrapped up recently. We're part of the Sendin Marines, who are expeditionary force. We spend our time on the ocean quite a bit.
You're not so unlike the Watchers, then.
Who are the Watchers?
We are the Watchers.
No, I mean, my good host, let me tell you, we're practically refugees here in your care, and we greatly appreciate it. And if you can tell us if there's a way to become unsevered, I think I'd be willing to try to do that because if what you're saying is true, this threat of these dreamers, it spreads across.
Certainly, you have no desire to become unsevered. You face those on the beach. That's what you'd like to become? It's better to kill you now.
No, I mean severed. Pardon me.
Hmm.
I'm still wrapping my mind around this strange magic. Do you believe it's magic?
It was the makers who found the dreamers. Perhaps it was magic, as you
Wasn't-
know it.
Wasn't it the crafters?
Maybe.
Same thing.
Sure.
And tell me how.
Yes? No?
Yes, they're the same thing.
God damn
Go
it.
by many names.
Now, you had the capacity to create these amazing airships, which is just so.
Not the
amazing.
Watchers, the Crafters.
The crafters, but the crafters left them to you, the ships.
No.
But the crafter ships,
The ships were destroyed by the Dreamers and the Unsevered.
and you had no means of making them yourselves.
We have no crafters.
Now, when you say you have no crafters, does that mean there are no more crafters whatsoever, or is there's just none here?
The ancestors know of no crafters. Toreshtar says it would be dangerous to you to sever you from the dream. The solution with what to do with you is difficult.
Do you believe that because the dreamers have wandered to Sendus, that now Sendus is in danger of this same threat as?
You have seen the Dreamers in Sendus?
Yes,
Where?
we came upon a ship with an orc captain.
Yes. Tana told us of this event during your sleep.
Yes, and
That was not the Dreamers. And besides, it's my understanding that you destroyed the ship.
yes. Yes, there was a strange portal at the bottom of the ship, and we went to some netherworld shadow
There's
realm.
one way into the dream.
Ah, so at that point we went into the dream.
Partially.
Ah,
That is Tana's interpretation.
huh. So if one is to go into the dream, could the dreamers be defeated on their own very homeland?
They can only be defeated in the dream.
Well, how about me and the boys go collect some dreamer heads for you?
It's very difficult.
Well, I can tell you, we're used to difficulty because we washed up on the shore with nothing but our birthday suits on.
I don't understand.
Well,
You were wearing what you're wearing now?
well, it felt like a birthday suit because you just, yeah. Anyway,
I don't understand.
the thing is, see, we have nothing to do here except like maybe just fish and make primitive huts and live the rest of our lives amongst your periphery of your village here, or your city, pardon.
This is not a city. This is the citadel of the Watchers.
I mean, can I talk to my friends for a minute here?
Of course you can. It makes no difference in my ability to hear you.
Thank you. So what do you think, boys?
We definitely need to find some way to help. We're not going to get back and bring the Dreamers with us to annihilate another continent. So we have to do something before we leave.
Right.
Let's do it.
Somehow we need to become severed from the dream.
Well, or at least protected from it.
I mean, could we just all go to sleep and then enter the dream world? Go in there, chop a head, bring the head back. Bam. Can I have a ship, please? And sever me.
They have no ships.
Well, I got some wood.
Weren't there like no trees when we were walking around? There's nothing.
That's correct. There were no trees that you saw at Bariud.
What?
The city that you landed on had been like blasted almost like at the surface of the ground by something.
The whole area has just been glassed.
As from what I know, they glassed themselves to destroy the dreamers. I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
If anything, we need 4 days of rest at minimum. But we need to obviously repay that kindness. I don't know how to ask what to do if we can't leave anyways.
Well, how about I just ask them real nice if we can just stay here for a few days, lick our wounds, and rest up. Now we'll stay out of the way. All right, so I go over to the I forget his name, Mr. World. I'm sorry.
And so you can sense sort of when you start paying Ballard attention again that like you can feel him in your brain. Like he was gone during your conversation out of politeness, but when your focus turns back towards looking for him, it's almost like he can detect that and he's back with you.
Hey, Ballard. Listen, do you mind if we carve out a little spot that we can kind of rest, get our feet off the ground for a few days here?
Here in Featherway?
That would be great.
You understand you will need to remain in the circle and be severed from the dream.
Oh,
It would
yeah.
be quite disconcerting to you.
What would happen to us if we fell asleep?
And you were not in a circle,
Yeah.
you would be exposed to the dreamers.
Oh.
Well, we can't allow that. So we have to rest in the circle.
Yes. Can we rest in the circle?
Yes.
I lay on my side anyway, so I won't take up that much room.
And I can stand.
He could stand right near my belly and keep my belly warm.
He's cold. Have you not touched him before?
No.
Please do not touch me.
Now, let me ask you, do you have anything to drink?
Tena told Tarashtar that you had asked about some intoxicant beverage from your home. We have nothing like that there, or nothing like that here.
Huh.
We have only what we can support in Feather Bay.
Tough. Okay, I could work on that. I'll work on that. All right, I'm just going to lay down here. Don't mind me, Ballard.
Not here. I will call someone to show you where you can rest. In the center hall is not for resting. This is a place of work for watching.
Can you see inside the dreams?
No longer.
Hmm.
The ancestors can open the dreams if we need to, but it is best not to risk contact with the dreamers in Feather Bay.
Hmm.
You keep mentioning these ancestors. Who are they?
This is your word that I'm using. But the ancestors used to live in the dream, and the Kalashtar were able to speak with them in the dream before the dreamers.
Are the dreamers originally from the dream?
It's where the crafters found them.
How did you kill 2 dreamers?
I was inside the dream. Pitted my will against theirs.
What happens to someone when they become or when they are unsevered and a dreamer takes them? Like, has
You've-
anyone ever recovered from it?
No. You've seen what happens to those taken by the dreamers. Some become mindless. Some are pulled partially into the dream, the way you saw on the ship.
The only thing I've severed are heads from my enemies.
So is it to be severed from the dream.
You sever our heads. That doesn't sound fun to me.
Only the bonded ancestors remain outside the dream. The knowledge lost is immeasurable.
What do you mean bonded ancestors?
Torashtar and I have a bond, as Potrus and Tana have a bond. A partnership to impart their knowledge. They were on this side of the dreamscape when we were forced to sever ourselves.
So the ancestors lived in the dreamscape, but they came to communicate with you in your mind, and then you were severed. So they're in your mind?
Yes.
Okay.
I advise you to stay away from Potrus if you see him. His mind is still quite angry with you. Others as well are angry. But by my permission, can you stay in Feather Bay?
Andreas, why are you making people angry?
Yeah, I broached a subject that probably shouldn't have been broached.
Yeah. You're going to have to make amends for it.
I'm going to have to sing my way out of this.
I don't think you're going to be able to sing your way out of it.
I lost my loot. I think I still have my mother's pan flute, though. And I tell you, let me play a pan flute song for these people and see what they like and see what they don't like. Then we can try to make amends for having bad questions.
Torashtar remembers the music of your land. It may be a good idea.
Thank you.
Speaking of music from our land, Do you happen to have what are called bagpipes? And I put the image of it in my head.
We don't have those things. The Watchers never owned instruments.
Shoot. You're no fun, Alex. While we rest, could I thank them by making them a couple potions while we rest, if they have materials for it?
So they don't. As you guys sort of rest and you meet several different Watchers, Andreas, go ahead and give me a performance check as you attempt to play your way back into the good graces of the Watchers whom you have already offended. What you quickly realize is that the place you are in is a floating rocky bit of land that floats up above the ground. And the area here is very sort of sparse because it's a rock. It's not connected to the water. The water that they have is, falls from the sky and is collected. And you can see that they're very, efficient in the use of those things. And that's why, the food that they have continues to be similar to what you've already eaten. They commonly eat different tubers and other roots that are able to be grown in what ultimately is not, although it does remind Thurman very much of the area around his home. But the complex and the citadel that you're in is also not very big. And as you move around, you see there might be 4 dozen people in the entire thing, all of whom are Kalashtar. And very rarely do you hear any of them say anything out loud. The conversations that they have, you're not privy to because you're unable to cast Detect Thoughts.
I would enjoy the relative silence.
Oh, you won't enjoy that silence for long. Singing my shanty song. Singing my shanty song. All right, Mr. World, I got a 21 performance.
I see that. And so some people do warm up to you over the time. It's certainly been years since the Watchers have heard music. And you sort of get the experience. These are very veteran warriors. They've been fighting for a very long time. You get the sense that this is not all of them that are in existence, and you see that different ones come and go from that room where you came and go, and that appears to be the only way that they have of entering Feathervey. But you'll see sometimes they leave and they're wearing like very warm weather clothing, and sometimes they leave wearing cold weather clothing. Like the room that they're leaving from, you obviously, you can remember that you came through a circle made of crystal, and I don't think it takes much intelligence, fortunately for the 4 of you, to collect that this room can send them to various different locations.
So they do still have some magic, some wile, some game to them. This is going to be interesting. All right, I'm going to kick my feet back and just kind of do some people watching. Or pardon me, Kalashtar watching.
Are you saying Kalashtar aren't people, Andreas?
I don't have a full. I thought they were kind of like fishy looking a little bit.
They're not. They look very much like people. They're certainly paler and their hair is white even when they're young, but they don't look fish-like at all.
So they're humans or
They look
elvish.
more similar to elves than to humans, but there's still definitely something that's slightly alien about them.
Like a proto elf.
Like, it's just like an unmistakable sort of haunted alien quality to all of them.
Now that I've heard the name of their civilization, can I make a history check?
Sure.
+0. Can I get some guidance?
Guidance.
Bard with the +0 to history.
Yeah, intelligence wasn't the
That's right. You dumb. I forgot.
10 history.
God, I should have made the history check.
You know no stories of Kindes.
What do you think, Thaddeus? Have you heard of Kindis?
I ain't heard shit either.
Of all the shanty tales I've heard, nobody ever came back from this place, I guess.
I think I've heard stories.
I mean, what are we going to do here? We're stuck on this island with these people.
Maybe I didn't.
They're totally indifferent to us, and they're nice enough. Thank God they're not cannibals. But, I mean, we're just like, what are we doing here? We're going to have to find a way of making a boat or try to get a ride or use these crystals to get out of here.
Well, or
with their permission, of course.
well,
Or maybe not.
or we can help them to make sure it doesn't spread. Because it
Look what
sounds
happened
like
to my friend. My friend was taken over by these dreamers.
yeah, your friend
I
was
must-
Thurman.
I must avenge him.
Well, you
Yeah,
got to
we
do is
must-
go to sleep.
No, not necessarily. When we sleep, it's not controlled, as they say. I don't think we would have our strength in the dream as we have our strength outside of it.
I mean, it's almost like we got to try. One of us goes down into the dream world and see what happens, and then report back. Siegfried
also-
can't sleep.
We entered the dream while we were all awake, too.
That's
I'm mighty wherever I go.
Yeah, I think that was some kind of magic area curse or something on that ship. I mean, I'll help these guys in a minute. What else? I'm stuck here at 2,000 miles away from Sendus. But if they don't have anything for me to do, I'm going to have to try to improve my life a little bit. I don't want to be a dishwasher in this place.
Some might say that would be an improvement for you.
Oh. On the boat, we call it a scullery, if you didn't know. You got to work fast in there.
And so you pass a couple days getting rid of your fatigue, seeing people come and go silently, though, with a lot of purpose, especially those of you who have served in military organizations before. And even Siegfried feels after a couple days, as he starts to feel more like himself again, certainly those of you who have spent any time in any sort of ordered environment, which realistically is all four of you, but begin to feel familiar in Feathervey as you sense that this is a place of purpose, though nobody has quite offered up freely what that is.
But it feels military, at least.
Regimented.
Most of the people who are most of the people are armed. Certainly certainly the ones that you met on the coast were, though they don't all seem armed the way that, say, Ballard was armed. Some of them, you've certainly seen that Potris, he didn't wield any weapons, but does it seem like he was unarmed when he was dealing with Andreas? Some of them give off similar vibes to Potris.
So does that mean we can take off our exhaustion levels now?
Yes.
Yay.
And there was much rejoicing.
We need to seek someone out to offer aid in any way we can. I don't know what else to do.
All right,
Don't
today's
forget to get rid of your HP modifiers if you have them.
today's performance is get up, stand up, don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up, fight the dreamers right. See, I'm quickly switching the propaganda to what they want to hear, you see.
Around noon on the fifth day, all four of you hear once again Ballard's voice telling you to come to the center hall of Feathervey, where his command table in the map is. And once again, like through your mind, in sort of like a gentle pull, he guides you. And you realize that since those 5 days, you had never accidentally wandered into that room as you like explored the place. Without Ballard to guide you and pull you, you would be unable to find it. But you were brought in, and he says to you, "What is a ship's log?"
Ship's log is a daily record that a captain keeps regarding many things on the ship: morale, his personal notes, navigation, events, activities performed.
He says, "Who is Grimjaw?"
He is my mentor. I loved him like a brother.
Some of the ancestors have come to a belief that Grimjaw, he was the one you found on the boat.
It was.
And he encountered the Duobaros.
Who are they?
It is one of the dreamers.
They're very ugly. They weren't him. It was not Grimjaw I saw.
There. Did Grimjaw keep a log?
My friends were looking for it.
I'm pretty sure we had that logbook in our possession before we got shipwrecked. Did any of you guys get it? Any of you have it?
We covered last week that it went down with the prize.
Right. Well, Ballard, I hate to say it, we had the logbook and it fell to the bottom of the ocean. It's probably down in a Kraken's belly by now.
You see Ballard's eyes start to glow as he stares sort of intently across you. I need each of you to make a charisma save.
A whole whopping 6.
14.
16.
24.
Statius, you feel suddenly as if somebody is rifling through your thoughts, stirring up things that you thought had been, forgotten or half remembered. And then you feel several thoughts being lifted to the fore as you recall reading the beginning of Grimjaw's journal with the captain of the prize. And recall that Grimjaw talked about discovering ruins in this strange land and pulling an item out of them that he was taking back to Sendus. Before the log devolved into arcane and strange gibberish before repeating Duoboros over and over and over. And he goes, Bud says, so Grimjaw found a crafter's city.
Well, Ballard, I think I can recall the star chart and navigation to get there.
Can you?
I think so. I'd have to do a check of some sort, but I had to look at the stars at night to really get a good look.
Give me a survival check.
Can I get some guidance on that, or?
Never. Guidance.
All right. Let's try not gonna. 10. I think I know.
As you attempt to put together the star charts in your mind and try to remember them, you feel like when you compare the stars the way you'd expect them to be to how you were last night, that the area at the end of the star chart is to the south of where you are.
Okay. So just to the south of here, I can't be exactly sure, but that's where Grimjaw must have found this place.
South. There are circles to the south,
And that's how you.
but none of them go to a crafter city. You would have to travel overland and risk the dream.
We have nothing to lose. Let us help you. Let us find out what Grimjaw was interested in and why he died. Thurman, it's important for him. It's important for you.
Of course.
And it's all about my babies.
There may be secrets of the crafters within their city.
I like learning how to make new things.
He's getting smarter all the time, Thurman is.
Look at this. I take this rope and I make an eye splice.
I make a loop.
I mean, he knows all the knots, every one.
But look how strong my loop is. It's all feathered through there. Let's see how I did that.
He can feather knots.
I will give you a sending stone to take with you.
What's that do?
It's a stone that's used for children who have not yet developed their will.
Oh,
It allows them to speak with people who have developed their will. It will allow you to call for the circle when you
Okay.
return to it.
so how do I use it? Or how do we use it?
You hold it, and then you'll think
And
of
think
Feather
that,
Bay, and it will speak, and it will send you to the people who operate the circles.
so we hold it and then we think Feather Bay,
Feather
then
Bay,
Feather Bay, and then we fly back and it'll transport us back here.
if some circle, yes.
Feather Bay. Feather Bay. Say it, Thurman. Feather Bay.
Feather there.
That's it.
And he holds out to you sort of like a blue crystalline object that has like a faint glowing light inside of it.
Maybe Thaddeus, you should take it. What do you think?
It's very pretty.
I think that's a wise decision.
Yeah.
So this is a sending stone, in case you have not pieced together that.
No, Ballard told us it was a sending stone.
Correct. Well, he didn't call it that, but yes, it is a sending stone.
So what do we have all our possessions essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Though you were out of food, but they're able to provision you for a while with their dried tubers. You'll have about a week's worth of rations each.
all right,
that they can
excellent.
give you.
Excellent. All right. Ballard, we are ready to deploy whenever you wish, I think. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah, I mean I'm ready to go.
Been ready for days.
I mean, we have our dried tubers. Now, should I hydrate these before I eat them or just eat them dry?
However you like.
How do y'all eat them?
I'll have a tuber.
Many eat them raw.
Okay.
I love tubers. They remind me of the mountains of Sandals and the strings and what we grow there.
I wonder if you could dip these in milk.
Milk?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we take this large creature, large mammal, and impregnate it, take the baby away from it, and then take all its milk for 6 or 7, 8 months, and then take
Sounds like a thing of dreamers.
it is. It's kind of horrible. It's kind of horrible, but milk and butter is delicious. Absolutely delicious. We kind of enslave the animals back and send us a little bit, if you were really going to look at it this way. Anyway, getting off the subject, I think you were going to send...
Karashtar says that the Kalashtar once did that as well before the Dreamers.
Hmm. I think we could learn a lot from each other.
There's much that is lost. The crafters' souls are lost to us.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be insult you, Ballard, at all. But I tell you, Sendus, our cities are much more well preserved than what you have here, and I wish you to regain all of the former glory, and remember all of the things that you have lost.
We do remember what we have lost.
And then once it's all done, I'd like to make a long song and sing it live to you. A 3-hour song.
Mm.
It requires great constitution to sing a song that is 3 hours.
That seems too long.
It is. You can have breaks. You can come back.
To what would you create this song?
It would be the history of your people and their new ascendancy back from the depths of darkness to regain the light of their empire.
The ancestors know the history of our people.
Well, I'd like to put it into a song. It would be a great epic. We call it an epic in Sendus. It's a long tale.
Things. He says Agdarinsal, the lizard that breathed ice, was the subject of many of such things.
Yeah, lizards are great.
Was it a big lizard?
Yes.
How big
I
How big
believe
was it?
the word that came from the knight's mind was dragon. But we don't have those things in Kalashtar. We do not have those things in Kindis. Perhaps in Zigzag.
What is zigzag?
Zigzag is across the waist.
Now, where's the waist?
East. Once there were many crafter cities there.
Man, y'all have lost so much.
Yes.
Tell me, how many children do you have? Is there children being born still?
There are none in Feathervay.
Oh my God, that is a horror.
Feathervay is not for children.
But there are children, at least. I mean, you're not the last of a dying species.
No.
That's good.
We can now count the trees in our forest. Once we were as many as there are stars in the sky.
That's like over 100.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
over 100.
Yes. It is over 100.
It's true. Well, I think we're ready, Ballard. We're ready to take this journey.
How do you intend to defend yourself against the dream?
We got swords.
Swords do not help you in your sleep.
What can we do?
Some of you can cast magic, correct?
I can sing magic right out of my mouth.
Do you know spells to help you resist the dream?
Uh,
If so, it is best that you. Turashtar tells me it is practice, but that doesn't seem correct. These spells?
I don't know what you're talking about. What kind of spells would help me in the dream?
The dream invades your thoughts?
Are there beasts or animals in the dream?
No.
Then I can do spells in there.
When you face your sorcerers, how do you protect your mind?
By killing them.
Yeah, we best defense is an offense.
Look at me. Look at my axes. You see it?
And if you could not kill them, how would you protect yourself and your mind?
Impossible.
Sing really loud. And then I would get out my pan flutes and then show them.
Should you fall to the dream, the watchers will be required to kill you, you understand?
Oh my.
If you fall, you will not be allowed to return to Feathervey.
So just tell me one more time, what kind of spell could help me? You're saying maybe detect thoughts? Maybe.
Turashtar speaks of a story when they were home of a man that could shield his mind against outside influences, who wrapped his magic about his own thoughts to keep them safe.
Huh.
Do you know this magic?
It sounds like divination magic to me. Or abjuration, perhaps? Can I make an arcana check based on what he's saying
Sure.
at +0? Nope, never heard of it.
So this type of protection, is generally in the abjuration realm. It would be like the wrapping of yourself in energy to protect yourself is generally abjurations.
Yeah. Humph.
Thaddeus, you have to know what it is.
Well, the only thing I can do would be to bless us with the power of the gatekeeper to help protect us. There's no guarantee on it, though. It would just help us.
What if we just drank a lot of coffee and didn't go to sleep? Or that's right, the dreamers could enter our thoughts even if we're awake. Who knows?
So you know of this magic dwarf?
I know of magic that can help steal our minds, not fully protect it, and help us against anything they can throw at us and help us throw things back at them. So, but it only lasts so long, which is the problem.
Perhaps Torostar is wrong about this story. He heard it long ago. Nonetheless, you will be far from Feathervey. If you can protect your minds, you can use the stone to return.
Oh man.
Do you need anything before you go? Are you suitably armed?
I show him my weapons. I'm like, what do you think? What do you think?
I should have asked this before. Do you have any armor that we could use? Physical or mental?
Most Kaleshtar protect themselves with their will. Even this, which I wear, and you can see, and you have seen before that he wears armor. This is his manifestation of my will.
Any items that could assist our will?
Perhaps some of the other things for children. Sleep one more night. I shall send a team to collect some toys that may be of assistance to those with weak will.
It would be much appreciated, since we do not have anything to fully protect us. Anything would help.
All right. So he sends you off and directs you back to where you had been sleeping. And the next day, I had found what I was going to give you. I need to find it again. Says with a note that this is the first written language you've seen here, though you're not surprised that they're able to write. There are 5 necklaces, and he explains that these necklaces are 4 necklaces, and he explains that these necklaces are used by children who are unable to hide their will from others before they're learned to do so, as part of a game that they play. And so these are amulets that give you advantage against divination magic targeting you.
Thank you. This should aid us greatly.
Do we have this in D&D Beyond or?
So it's very It's very close to the amulet of protection against what is it? It is the amulet of proof against detection and location, but that makes you immune to it. This doesn't make you immune to it. It just gives you advantage on a save against it.
Okay.
So
Should
I
be
probably need to write up a homebrew version of this and add it to your sheets, but
We should
that
be able
won't
to customize.
really be super. Yeah, it won't really be super relevant until you try to sleep. In the meantime, just remember that you have it while I click through creating magic items and then add them to your sheet. Okay? All right. Do you guys want to do anything else before you leave? Are your spells the way you want them? Etc. Etc.
You guys can change your spells.
Yes. I pray to the gatekeeper every morning for my spells for the day.
So I don't think we're gonna need charm person, right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Protection buffs, protections.
Yeah, let me get into this. Let me change my spells. I don't think sleep worked on him either.
They were immune to sleep, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Which makes sense because they're being controlled by
Bad guys.
dream plane monsters. Yeah.
I'm going to go for the metal guitar shatter.
Thought that was just using your voice. I kinda
Oh,
like this.
shatter the women's hearts with that voice. Take invisibility.
So Cody, you added a singular sending stone to your sheet. That's the wrong one. You should add sending stone.
Sending
to-
stones is
Yeah,
the one
it's-
you want
it's-
me to add?
Yes, yours
Okay.
is paired to one in the teleportation
Okay.
room.
All right, I got my spells updated. Got my arrows sharpened.
Okay. Everybody else ready to go?
Yes.
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 Okay. You are then led through Feathervale and are led once again to the teleportation room where you are guided into the middle of a circle made of purple crystals, which then glows, and you can feel yourself be sort of dissembled briefly as the energy is channeled through these stones, and then you find yourself within a cave that is, the floor has been sort of cleared away as if it is used occasionally, just like you would expect. But the cave itself, as your eyes adjust to the light and its difference, you realize was very likely once a room in some great hall And as you go outside, you realize that whatever building this was and whatever city this was also destroyed, though not as severely as the previous city that you were in. There's clearly some great battle and great destruction that was wrought here, but there are more buildings that are sort of intact in this area than there were previously.
Andreas, can you determine where exactly we are?
Well, let me see here. Can I get some guidance? Well, 11. It looks like we're south. Now, exactly where? It doesn't remember. It doesn't jive with Grimjaw's log at all. I can't put it on the same map right now.
As you sort of look around, you realize this certainly isn't the place on your log. For one, you can't hear the sea from where you are. It's certainly a sound that you're used to hearing along the coast, and so you clearly are not in a coastal area. Whereas Grimjaw's log did not describe going deep inland to find the place.
So we're in a cave, right?
No, at first you thought it was a cave, but really it's sort of like underground at Grand Central Station, sort of an equivalent. If like there weren't lights and stuff that would make Grand Central Station lit up.
Right. Okay.
So you're in sort of an unnatural underground area. But
Well, can we tell if there is a way to get out of the underground and get?
of course there is. Yes.
All right. So yeah, we want to get. I think we ought to get out of here, get a vantage point, and go from there. Is there any plant life, wood, shrubberies, vines, or any of the sort?
So as you guys move up and you reach the surface, as I described before, you certainly see that you're in sort of a bombed out city. As composed to like the Hiroshima city you were in before, this is more like World War II Dresden level destruction. Where like the city is clearly still just like leveled and most of it is not intact any longer. It is still clearly a city with roads and those types of areas around.
Any footprints or anything we see?
Give me a survival check.
All right. Can I get some guidance on that? God.
Would you like me to start doing the survival checks, Andreas?
Do you have a good survival?
Well, seeing as I basically lived in the woods in my youth,
I have +3.
I have +6, my friend.
Oh my God. Why aren't you doing that?
Because I was letting you do it.
Well, I tried.
Well, let me take a look. And I will guidance myself. Because I'm not doing much better. 14.
You see there are a lot of footprints in the area that you're in, most of which appear to be coming in and out of the tunnel that you just left.
Any fresh ones?
Yours. A couple that are probably a few days old.
Going in or coming out?
Going in.
The Watchers have used these circles to travel across the land with
Yes.
the days
I'm
we've been watching. It makes
just-
sense that they would venture in this area too.
Yes, I'm just making sure there aren't any fresh ahead of us, just in case.
Yeah, I hope I didn't piss one of them off so bad that they're going to come out here and murder us. That'd be terrible.
Never know.
Us.
Yeah.
You know, we're a team.
Which direction should we head, Andreas?
Amy might. Okay, do we see any kind of topography, geography, landmarks, features, hillocks, copses?
You do notice, without a whole lot of effort, that sort of a major avenue of this city exits the city towards the west. But it is early afternoon, and you don't know where that road goes because you have never been here before.
You said early afternoon?
Yeah.
Didn't we just rest waiting for the necklaces? And would've
Yeah,
had
we
it
should
out in the
press
morning?
on.
You did rest, but it is early afternoon.
Grimjaw.
You certainly moved quicker than you would have overland to get to this location.
But not instantaneous, is what you're saying in between the lines.
I would never say something in between the lines. How dare you?
So, Mr. World, compared to my haphazard knowledge of Grimjaw's log, are we in somewhat of an area where we thought that he ended up? Because I thought the whole point we're going to teleport down here and get closer to.
You are pretty close, you would guess, but you can't see the stars at this time. So you can't be certain which directions you need to adjust, accounting for your poor survival roll on the.
And we knew Grimjaw was at a coastal location.
Yes.
So it's probably on the other side of this body of land.
It may be. It may be.
All right, boys, tie up your boots. I say we take this road west. What do you think?
Should also find a defensible place to stay for the night. I wouldn't advise traveling in the dark in a strange place.
Yeah, we have no idea what's crawling around here. Well, I mean, it's late. It's early afternoon. At least we should get to the edge of the city, or what's left of the city. And then if we need to have we can make a little shelter in some of the ruins.
I agree.
All right, Mr. World, we're going to execute that plan. I think we're going to slowly and as quietly as possible try to get to the west side of town.
All right, give me a stealth check then.
Can anybody give us the pass without trace? God, come on.
I do not believe that any of you are either rangers or druids, so I do not believe that you have pass without trace. But give me a Gruth stealth check as you attempt to move stealthily through the city.
Do we just average all our rolls together?
So you tell me what you each get, and then I tell you. if it's
9.
successful.
I got 11.
12.
I
Where's Thurman?
What's the rule against? Sorry.
Stealth.
Oh, stealth. I can do that. Oh, maybe not. 10.
Perfect.
We have advantage right now at all, or no?
No, you guys are not a particularly stealthy group, so it makes sense that you do not perform very
I-
well on this attempted stealth check.
I am by myself if I want to be, but I miss my roll.
You did roll an 11.
But there's no
Not-
point if everybody's in a big group and one person's wearing, what's the anyway.
As you guys move to the edge, through the edge of the city along a road, up ahead, you guys see a strange sort of aberration that appears to be stuck onto the wall of a building up ahead, and where you would have expected it to be, just sort of like a flat building. Instead, you see sort of a creature that maybe once was colorful, but as you look up at it, it's very faded. Its colors, instead of being vibrant, are sort of pastel and worn out.
It looks like some kind of creature, a wild animal of some sort.
Give me a nature check.
Yeah, it's one of them.
What'd you get?
I'm taking somebody's guy. It's 9.
It does not look like any animal you've seen before.
Where's Thaddeus? Is he back?
Yes.
What do you make of this thing?
What thing?
This thing does it look like it's been like crucified against the wall?
No, it looks more like a sort of a creature that might have been like a floating head, and you can see it has one large eye in the middle, and then several other smaller eyes sort of on stalks that sort of seem to move in and out of existing as they move around, surrounded by several sort of like spike similar toothy things.
Is it moving currently, or like is it part of the stonework, or?
As you creep forward to try to get a better view at it, suddenly its eye looks up, and all of you are caught in a cone, and I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Uh-oh.
I'll be right back. I need to go grab some dice.
Is this thing a beholder?
Absolutely.
Sounds exactly like Boulder.
It's a pale beholder?
A dreamer Boulder.
It's all pale or something.
How dare you say it sounds exactly like a beholder? All right. So has everybody made their intelligence saving throw?
Yeah.
Who got under a 14?
I got a 14. Ha ha ha.
All right. So Andreas and Siegfried each take 19 psychic damage and are frightened as all around them they see horrific illusory manifestations of the worst nightmares each of your characters have.
Mr. World, don't we have advantage against?
This is not a divination magic, so you certainly
Oh.
do not have advantage against this.
Oh, it's frying my brain.
And so more, it feels like these nightmares of yours are terrifying you and attacking you and hurting you inside this cone. And we will then roll initiative. Who's above a 20? And who's above 15?
I'm a 20.
Andreas is a 20.
I'm an 18.
16 for Siegfried.
All right. What are you, Thurman?
4.
All right, Andreas, you are next to act first, but you are frightened of this strange creature and also the illusions, which take up a 150-foot cone between this creature and you.
All right, I'm going to go with what is comfortable for Andreas. So I pull out my mama's pan flute and I start playing some inspirational pan fluting. And then Siegfried gains an inspiration die of a d6. And then I will scooch away from it. I'm trying to get out of the cone. You see?
Yeah.
Can I get out of the cone by moving 30?
So a 150-foot cone is very wide. You can move and dash to just like run away. Yes.
Well, it's right next to us, right?
No. It's like 100 feet away from you.
Okay. All right. I think
So
I'm
you
gonna.
could move and dash away from it, and you would be out of the cone. But you're still frightened of it, and you still see the illusions, and think they're real and hurt you, etc.
Well, definitely getting away from that then. Okay, so instead of that, I will.
So that the bardic inspiration is a bonus action for you. That doesn't stop you from doing that.
All right, so I can only the other thing I want to do is a bonus action there too. I can use a bonus action as an action, correct?
If you didn't want to dash, depending on the bonus
Right.
action.
I want to dash. I'm getting out of the cone.
Okay, Thaddeus.
While I'm playing the pan flutes.
So I don't see any of these things, right? I just
You
see
see
all
them, but you know they're not real.
I try to.
And feel free to describe what your nightmares are, because that will let everybody know, more about your character as you see nightmares.
You know what the scariest thing to Thaddeus is monsters breaking his bagpipes and destroying the food he has cooked.
Okay,
Yeah, you monster. Destroying my bagpipes.
you're welcome.
All right. I'll try to bolster my allies, saying, they are false images, my friends. Attack the big one with the eye. As I point at the big one and I curse it, because fuck this noise.
Okay, is there any save against your curse?
Nope.
All right, Siegfried is 100 feet away from you.
Andreas, was your inspiration also for hit rolls? Is that right?
It is. He has a special sort of inspiration.
Yup.
That's we're gonna follow Thaddeus's guiding voice and do an Eldritch Blast at this thing.
You are afraid of it, so you will not do that.
Frightened is only disadvantage on attacks.
But I don't think you can attack the thing that's frightening you. I think it's frightened of.
I
You
thought
can
you
attack
just
other things with disadvantage, but I don't believe you can attack the thing frightening.
I thought you just couldn't get closer.
You can't get closer, and you get disadvantage on attacks against it. That's pretty much what frightened is.
Yeah. I learned that from you, Big
The
Daddy.
creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. I guess it doesn't say that you can't attack it.
I'm doing a couple swipes at the naked Andreas as I see, but aim an Eldritch Blast to the thing. I guess it's disadvantage, but only one beam at this level. Let's see if I need that d6. We'll use it. So it would be a 15.
15 does hit.
Huzzah! And it's cursed. Take 2d10. Or is it double damage? Or double dice? I forget.
What is it, Thaddeus?
Because it's not like a crit, it's just double damage, right? So I just double the dice.
I don't know. Thaddeus will have to tell you what his ability does.
Thaddeus. Are you there? Thaddeus. I'm just going to roll a dice and double it.
All right, Thaddeus's character sheets. Let's
It's
see
a
if
2 to a 4.
I...
exciting.
Path to the Grave has vulnerability to that attack's damage. Vulnerability just is double the dice on the damage.
A magical 4 damage.
All right, so you do 4 force damage.
Yes, it's very exciting.
Okay, you plink while being terrified of what? Scaredy boy?
Naked Andreas is dancing and gyrating in front of me.
Siegfried. That was
Yes.
your turn.
Yes.
This creature now continues to take its turn. He continues to focus its cone at in your 4 of you direction, because you have not spread out at all. One of you moved backwards, but the rest of you did not.
I went sideways to get out of the cone.
Sideways. Okay. It still is going to use its cone to cover the other 3 of you. So the 3 of you who are not Andreas need to make another intelligence save. Who got below 14?
Me.
Siegfried, you continue to be frightened and will take 11 psychic damage. And Andreas, as you moved off to the side, you see several of the eyes look your direction and shoot rays out of the eyes. First, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$12.
All right. You are charmed by the thing, so you are now its friend. But he shot all of his rays at you, so I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 2.
You then also fall asleep.
Oh God. And then what happened? And then the dreamers are gonna get me, man.
And as you fall asleep, you look up at it. And so you remain asleep, but I need you to make another intelligence saving throw, as now in the dream, this thing is able to continue to attack you. The illusory manifestations that it was focusing in a cone coming up around you as, dreams of angry crowds tearing you apart assail your
Angry
mind.
fathers,
Yeah.
husbands that were out at sea.
What's your intelligence saving throw result?
12?
All right. You will take 8 psychic damage. You are no longer charmed by it, but you remain asleep.
Oh, blood starts coming out of my ear holes.
And then you
I'm
guys
down.
see this living creature teleport and come much closer to all of you as it teleports 60 feet towards you. And then it is Terminator's turn, as it is now about 20 feet away from him.
My buddy.
Where am I? Where am I in relation to this cone?
So you are right in the middle of the cone.
Oh man.
Andreas is now sort of behind it, but you saw him just like crumple unconscious up there.
I'm kind of tempted to go after Andreas, but I'm very angry at him for hurting my friend. So
Now take it out, man.
Kill it, Thurman.
yeah,
Bring it
You
down.
hurt my buddy. You're going to die. Ah.
and I go after him with my battle axe.
Ah.
Oh, I rage too, by the way. Sorry, but I still 6 to hit.
You run up and you swing, and your axe passes through this creature as if it's not on this plane.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and just like dumbfounded. I'm going to swing my other hand axe. Oh, I can't. I already raged. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. So I'm like just like,
What is happening? You can't kill it.
The other two of you definitely see his axe just pass right through this thing. We come around to Andreas's turn. He is down. Are you unconscious due to damage as well? Andreas, are you making death saving throws, or are you just asleep?
I need to make a death saving throw.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I ran outside real quick. All right, let's do it. Death can't kill me. I'm too alive. All right, made it.
Okay. Which brings us then to Thaddeus.
I forgot to use my luck. Duh.
How far away is Andreas from me?
60 feet to your side.
I will move 30 towards him and cast Spare the Dying as my bonus action.
So it just stabilizes him.
Yes, that just stabilizes him. Bringing him to 0 hit points.
You're not going to get up your bard to fight the incorporeal creature.
I will when I get closer.
Okay.
I can't heal from a range, can I?
Healing word, you could.
Yeah, well, that's what I was looking for. Where the hell is that?
Well, you probably didn't prepare it if you're not finding it right now.
Nope, didn't prepare it.
Okay, so he is stable.
And
I believe
then,
you're able to cast that as a bonus action, Grave Cleric.
yes, that's what I said, as a bonus action. So I am going to guiding bolt this thing as a, because the magic hit, right?
As far as you can tell. Looked like it hit.
So I'm gonna bring it down. We're on guiding bolt as a 2nd level spell, and hopefully I don't miss. I don't. So 23.
23 hits.
So 21 radiant damage.
Okay. Bringing us then to Siegfried's turn.
I don't suppose it's within 5 feet of me right now.
It is 20 feet away from you, and you are frightened of it.
Rude. This foul creature will perish, and I will do.
And as you look up at it, you suddenly see two illusory versions of this creature sort of pass diagonally to either side of you. And so now it looks like there's three of these things. There's one to your left, one to your right, and one to the center.
Okay, I will point at the one in the middle and cast Hex on it. And then throw an Eldritch Blast its way. Because these twerking Andreases need to stop. It's a 9. So nothing.
So you blast through this thing, and you see your magic pass right through the heart of it. But unlike last time where it like flinched when your magic hit it, this thing has no reaction at all to you blasting it with magic. It is then its turn, and you guys once again need to make an intelligence saving throw. But just Thurman and Siegfried, as the other one is also moved out of the way, so it is just targeting the two who are next to each other. You can see that all three of these creatures' eyes that exist, all three of the eyes are focused on Siegfried and Thurman, who got under a 14.
We both did.
All right. You will each take 7 psychic damage.
I'm down.
And then I need a charisma saving throw from Thaddeus.
A whole whopping 8.
All right, Thaddeus, you feel yourself pushed back by a ray from this thing's eye, which pushes you briefly into the dream. And you know that as you can see sort of the nightmares that have been sort of surrounding you feel more real briefly as you're pushed 15 feet away towards your friend, but take 2 force damage as you're pushed. Oh no, you only take damage if you materialize inside of things, so nothing happens. You are pushed 15 feet, come back into the real world, but nothing happens. Thurman, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, man. 4.
Same thing happens to you. You're pushed 15 feet. Though you are pushed to the left, strangely. You would have expected if the last place you saw just one dream holder to exist would have pushed you straight back, but instead you're pushed to the left. And then I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
3.
All right, so you are going to now take 9 psychic damage. And for the next minute, your thoughts are muddled and confused. And every attack roll, ability check, and concentration check, you're going to roll a d6 and subtract it.
For what kind?
All attacks, all ability checks, that would be like a skill check, and a concentration check that wouldn't affect you.
I roll a d6, a negative d6 on it.
Yep, and at the end of each of your turns, you can make another intelligence saving throw. And then you guys see 2 of the 3 of these creatures disappear, so that only the one that was to the right and thus is closest to Thaddeus and now furthest from Thurman is in existence. Thurman, it's your turn. This guy is now about 45 feet away from you.
Right.
And you're frightened of him. And your thoughts are
So I
very
can't
confused.
move towards him.
Correct.
Do I see any of my colleagues nearby that are fallen?
Yes, but they're all closer to him than you are.
I can run towards them, right? But as long as it's not in his.
It would be closer to him.
Oh, I can't run towards them. Well,
Yep.
jeez. All right, I'll take my javelin.
Okay.
And how close am I to him?
About 45 feet. So you're within the
the long range.
Yeah.
So disadvantage.
Yeah,
is it?
but you don't get double disadvantage.
All right.
But you do get the minus a d6.
Oh Jesus, 8. Golly.
Okay, and you can now make another intelligence saving throw to clear your thoughts of the muddled thoughts
My
that are
God.
affecting you.
2.
All right, your thoughts are still muddled. We now go to Andreas, who is stable and has no saves to make, which brings us then to Thaddeus.
Okay, is Siegfried, you're down, right?
Yes.
Okay, is he within 30 feet of me?
No. He is 45 feet away from you because you got pushed 15 further feet to the side towards Andreas.
Okay, then I will go over and heal Andreas for 12 points of damage.
Okay. You got 15 feet of movement left and a bonus action left.
Oh man.
I will head 15 feet back towards Siegfried.
Okay. So you just move out and then back.
Yep.
At the end of your movement, suddenly the creature teleports so that it's right in front of you. And you can
Hi, buddy.
feel sort of its thoughts like starting to assail you and try to tear your psyche apart. But it is Siegfried's turn to make a death saving throw.
So we have advantage on a 7.
That is a failed saving throw. You feel the will of this creature sort of reach into and towards you, Thaddeus. Oof. A 25 I know hits you.
Yup.
But it only does 6 psychic damage. Because 3 plus 3. He did not roll very well on his damage. That brings us to... and so now its eye is focused on Thaddeus and Andreas, who need to make intelligence saving throws.
All right, come on.
18.
17.
You both pass. You are not frightened of this thing. And it is Thurman, who is also no longer frightened. He is 45 feet away, however. More like 60 feet, since it's now moved closer to Thaddeus. Thurman, you're muted if you're taking your turn.
Oh, it's my turn again now? Already?
But it is your turn. Yeah, there's not a lot of you. There's not a lot of creatures involved in this
That was
fight.
quick. All right, so I'm no longer frightened of him. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I can't run up to him. Where's
You could move dash and then you would be on the other side of him from Thaddeus.
All right, within 5 feet of him.
Yep.
All right, I'll do that, and that just sacrifices my second attack, I guess. So yeah, ow!
So you move and then your action is a dash, so you don't have an action.
Oh, action! Oh, I thought that's never mind. It's bonus action would be if I was a rogue. Never mind.
Correct.
All right, let's sucks. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I'll just move up to him, engage him, yelling at him.
Leave my buddies alone. Get out of our heads.
You then see him as you run up, yelling at it. It teleports so that it is behind Andreas, but it is Andreas's turn.
Oh, and I pick up my javelin. Can I do that?
No.
Oh.
All right. As it pops around behind me, I take my hands and I tease my hair up real high, like an 80s rocker. And I say, ah! And I scream out like a metal glamour scream. Glam metal scream at them. Him. It. Okay. Shatter upon you.
What's your save DC?
13.
All right. How much damage do you roll? Because it's going to take half of that.
Okay, I'm going to use my... Can I use my luck? No, I can't. Okay. All right, damage is 3d8. Okay. Oh, yeah. 16.
All right.
Thunder
you
damage.
do half damage as it passes its save, but you see as you do this thunder damage to it, it seems like you force this thing briefly into the real world, and now where it was sort of incorporeal and you can see through it before, now you can tell that due to the magical damage you've done to it, it is in the real world. It is corporeal now, and it is Thaddeus's turn.
And while, Mr. World,
Mm-hmm.
as it becomes corporeal, I say, now's the time to hit it. And whose turn is it?
Thaddeus.
I say, hit it, Thaddeus. And I give you a bardic inspiration.
Does that thing need to make a
Oh.
concentration check or anything like that?
I have a
It does
shovel.
not.
I don't have any weapons. I have a shovel, Andreas.
I know, but if you go down, we're all dead.
Okay. I'm 45 from Siegfried.
Yes.
Oh. Why are we so far apart? What the shit? I will move closer and spare the dying him. I'll get within 15.
Okay.
And then
At the end of your turn, make a wisdom
what?
saving throw.
hold on.
Or
I
so
was
you
about
moved
to-
bonus action. What's your action?
I was gonna sacred flame him.
Okay.
14 dex.
He rolled a 20, so he has saved against your cantrip, and then you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
20.
All right. You are not charmed by the strange creature. Siegfried, you are stable but unconscious, so you have no actions. And then you guys see the creature slowly sort of fade out of existence so that it is as it was before. And then each of you is going to be targeted by an eye ray. And each of you needs to make an intelligence saving throw. As from where it is looking at all three of you. Thaddeus needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and then Andreas intelligence saving throw. Thurman, you'll take 11 psychic damage and become frightened of this creature.
That was intelligence, right?
Yep.
He was wisdom, I was intelligence, and I got a 14.
All right, so you passed your save against its fear cone. Did you make 2 intelligence saving throws? Because you owe me 2.
What was the damage on mine, by the way?
11 for the fear cone, and then you need to make a second intelligence save throw.
4 on
14.
intelligence.
Okay, so you also take 11 psychic damage, Thaddeus. That 14 passes the second save. Thurman. What did you get on your second save, Andreas?
Oh, I have a second save.
Yep.
What, a wisdom and a
They're both intelligence saves for you.
2 of them?
Yep.
20, 19, natty
Okay.
20.
What is your wisdom save, Thaddeus?
25.
All right, so you are not charmed by it once again. And it is Thurman's turn.
I'm useless. With this thing.
He's 15 feet away from you, but you are frightened of it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna run back, like further away from it.
Okay. Andreas.
For those about to rock, fire! And I blast it with another shatter. Constitution 13.
Constitution is a 6 total. So how much damage do you do?
Oh, 13 total.
All right. So you again seem to forcibly bring it into the realm that you live in. You see it becomes more solid and more present. But it appears to not take the full brunt of your damage as it is now Thaddeus's turn.
Before it does that, is Siegfried up?
He is not, though. Thaddeus, if I had to guess what he's going to do since he's afraid, he is going to get Siegfried up. But Siegfried is currently unconscious, and you can't target him with a bardic inspiration.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Would that be what my character does, though?
Get Siegfried up as soon as possible when you're afraid of this thing.
Yeah. just killing Siegfried. Okay. I go over and I pour some certain death into Siegfried. No.
You're like, the gatekeepers decided it's time.
It's time. You've decided it's time. Cure wounds for 12 damage. Or not 12 damage, 12, hit points.
So as you heal Siegfried, you then turn to look back and you see once again as there are apparently 3 of these creatures briefly spread out 30 feet away from each other. Siegfried, it is your turn.
Am I still frightened?
You are not, because you were unconscious, and it has had a turn since, and you're not affected by illusions when you're unconscious.
Well, can I walk up to it now? 30 feet.
It is 45 feet away from you, and there are 3 of them.
I'll shoot an Eldritch Blast at whatever. That's an
At
8.
which one?
It doesn't matter. I rolled an 8.
No. So you rolled an 8. It does not hit. And then it is its turn, and you see that this time the 2 flanking eyes disappear. And it teleports so that it is right next to Terminator, who then feels an attempt to tear his psyche apart, getting an 8, which does not hit with its melee spell attack. But it is right next to Terminator, who is the only person in its view, so saving throw.
What's that? It was what? You cut out.
You need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oops, sorry, wrong one. Damn it. That's the wrong one. Oh, good. 16.
All right, you passed. And it is your turn. You are not afraid of it. It is right next to you, but it is incorporeal again.
All right. Yeah, I'll defer.
Andreas.
This is my chance. Get ready, Terminator.
I got you. Good thinking,
ready.
Andreas.
All right, this is my last chance on this one. All right, I'm going to cast Shatter on it. What's a good song for Shatter? Shatter. Da, 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 shatter.
Rolling
Shatter.
Stones.
Da, 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 shatter. All right.
Up
Okay.
and shadow.
How much damage do you roll?
16.
Okay, and then it is forced and pulled into existence again.
Yeah.
We would move to Thaddeus's turn now under ordinary circumstances, but I expected tag team maneuver was planned.
Oh, I'll get you, you little stupid thing. Ah,
And I go after him with my battle axe.
ah,
Oh my god. 9.
A 9 does not hit.
Oh god. Hand axe. Oh my god. 12.
Does not hit.
Oh jeez.
Thaddeus.
Oh my god.
Okay. Everyone's up. Right? No one's knocked down.
Correct.
Blast the fuck out of it again. With a second level guiding bolt. What is the bardic inspiration? What do I roll for that?
D6.
Come on.
You can do it after, too.
I know.
So don't use it.
I didn't want to waste a second level spell like I just did for 11 to hit.
An 11 does not hit.
Did you use the inspiration, too?
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have to declare that you
Siegfried,
used it until
I
after
need you to
roll.
make a wisdom saving throw.
$16.
All right. You briefly feel your mind get sort of confused, and then you shake it off as it is your turn. It is approximately 45 feet away from you.
Should be 15 now. It didn't move, did it?
So it teleported to right next to Thurman, who ran away from it his entire turn 2 turns ago.
30 again, and I will do another bludgeon blast. 14 hits.
A 14 hits.
Yay. 6 damage, force damage.
All right. You still have a bardic inspiration that was put on you before. Do you want to use that for damage since it is Andreas's type?
I already used it. I used it in the first thing.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I rolled a 1.
So this creature then continues to attempt to feast on the psyche of Thurman, gets a 20, which will hit him, and will do 18 psychic damage.
All right, use Stone's Endurance.
Okay.
1d12.
Hey, that's like me. Stoned
Get
endurance.
the fuck out of here. 5.
Okay, so you'll only take 10 psychic damage then. Or 13 psychic
13.
damage then. Are you still awake?
Yeah, I'm still. I have 5 out of 45 right now.
Okay. I was like, you've taken a bunch, but it is. You see corporeal, but it is your turn.
It's gone incorporeal again.
Yeah, it does that on its
Of course.
turn every time.
Of course it did. Yeah, I'm gonna. Where's my javelin?
Over on the ground near where it landed when you threw it before.
Where was I?
I don't know. You ran around. Your javelin is not near you.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna stand there and yell at it then.
Andreas.
I'll defer. That's fine.
Andreas. Rob, you're muted if you're doing anything.
Thank you for being a friend. In and out and back again.
Ooh.
All right, I cast Healing Word as a bonus action on Thurman for 7 points.
Okay.
And then this thing's incorporeal, correct?
Correct.
I look at it and I say, if I had an eye that ugly, I think I'd wear glasses. And I do a vicious mockery at it.
Is that a save or do you attack?
That's a Wisdom 13.
It fails the save, and you see it once again becomes corporeal as it takes this psychic damage.
Wow.
Take that.
Nice.
I hurt your feelings. 3 points of psychic.
It is. You see it then. You see again. Now there are 3 of them, 30 feet apart. With one of them still being right next to Thurman.
And
It should
he's
be
now
Thurman's turn, right?
corporal. Yeah.
Tag
If
team
you'd
style.
like to come back, it would
Yes. Yes. I
They-
definitely.
be. They
Ah!
look corporeal, but there are now 3 of them instead of 1.
Stop messing with me.
All right, and he's gonna take a stab at him.
The one that's right in front of you.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. Yes, finally, 24 to hit.
Your axe passes straight through this illusory creature,
Wait, I thought it was it's corporal.
but this one is an illusion.
Oh, I thought it was the one.
That's why there's 3. It has an ability that makes 3 of them, 2 of which are illusions, and it teleports randomly between the 3 and has rules for that.
Oh my god!
So the creature is on this plane wholly, but is still capable of making illusions that look
So
like
let
itself.
me. I'm going after the one that looked solid that I couldn't see.
So they all look solid. That's the way illusions work. But when you swing your axe through it, it then reveals that it's an illusion because illusions don't stop your axe.
I'm just gonna
So you swing through the one in front of you with your battle axe. It's not real.
Is
You
there-
fought an
almost got
illusion
him.
before.
Is there another one?
There
You
are 2
almost
of
got
them.
him.
There's one to the left and one to the right. Each of them are 30 feet away.
All right, then I move over to the other one and use my
Which one,
Right.
left or right?
left,
Okay.
and I'll use my hand axe on him.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Nothing.
So you swing and you miss.
I've been real helpful.
On Thaddeus, you are unsure which of these is an illusion right now just by looking at them. Though you could use an action to make an investigation check to try to look and determine if which either the left one or the right one is an illusion to set up your friend Siegfried. Or you can just take a guess.
Yeah, the chance I'm going to hit it if I try and use my shovel. Slim to none. So, yeah, investigation. Let's go. 15.
Left or right?
Oh, which one is Siegfried closer to?
He's roughly equal, not very close to either one, but
But he's going to be able
Thurman
to
is
reach.
close to the left one. He has Eldritch Blast. He's going to be able to.
Okay. We'll look at the left one.
Investigation that the one on the left that is near Thurman is an illusion.
The one on the right, my friends, bring it down.
You have a bonus action.
I ain't got shit for bonus actions.
Then it's Siegfried's turn.
I head towards the one on the right. Is it somehow mysteriously 45 feet away from me again?
So it did jump 30 feet to the side, and you just Eldritch Blasted. It didn't move, so it's still It's still Eldritch Blast far from you, not your sword far from you.
I've always moved 30 feet closer to it.
Okay,
Sorry.
it still is jumped. It still is off to the side from you, so it's not within 30 feet.
Eldritch Blast is a 10. Cool. Skip.
Okay, so then you see the one right in front of you, Thurman, disappears on its turn. And the one that Siegfried is now about 20-ish feet away because of how triangles work. Blasts Thurman, Siegfried, and Andreas with rays. Andreas needs to make a charisma saving throw. Siegfried needs to make an intelligence saving throw. And so does Thaddeus.
16 is good.
It is. You are not forced 15 feet away through the dream.
14.
You have passed, so you do not take anything. Siegfried.
0.
You will take 15 psychic damage as you are assailed by illusory manifestations of your fears.
Down again.
Thurman.
Defer.
I defer.
Andreas.
All right, I'm going to set you up. Get ready, Thurman.
I want to kill this thing. It's making me so mad.
I'll tell you, you remind me of a jellyfish, but ugly.
It has succeeded on its save.
Okay, and then with my, I say, Thurman, you got to do this. You're a Ascendant Bereave, for God's sake. Do it for Grimjaw.
I'll do this for Grimjaw. I will avenge you.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. Here we go.
It is not. It continues to be incorporeal, just so you're aware.
That's fine. There's no point in moving.
You don't want to move to the thing that just teleports around to whoever
I'm just
wants
gonna
to be left?
defer. I'm just gonna
You
defer.
continue deferring. Thaddeus.
Things incorporeal. Siegfried's down.
Oh, I'll drink my potion. No, I won't. Never mind. I won't drink my potion.
I will. Can I reach Siegfried?
Yeah.
Go heal him up for 12 hit points.
Siegfried, you come back to consciousness once again.
Eldritch Blast. 16. Big one.
You hit. There's only the one this time. You hit him.
Good. 6 damage.
You knock him down, and you see it sort of scream in a psychic scream that all of you hear before it collapses down to the ground, defeated. And you guys can feel sort of the nightmares that you've been fending off and which have been like surrounding you as you battle through fade away as this creature has perished.
It was an absolute nightmare. And I mean that literally. I mean, I saw 3 or 4, husbands and, former boyfriends chase me down. Man. Even Louis the Butcher was chasing me.
I never want to fight one of those things ever again.
It was a baby. It didn't even fight fair.
Yeah, you know what? We did pretty good, though. I'll tell you honestly. I think once we started bringing it into the real world, then timing our attacks, that wasn't bad. We just got really unlucky with our swinging. We got to get more accurate, guys.
How can we tell which one's the real thing? It
Thurman-
looks so real.
I know you got to
I was right
smell
there.
them. You got to use your nose. No wizard can make something smell. You know, they can't make smell.
Apparently they can, because like the stuff that can smell stuff doesn't get advantages against illusion.
I'm just talking about.
Yeah, if I could smell it, it would be good.
You got to train your nose more.
They can't trick my nose. They can only trick my eyes.
I mean, what are you doing here? You're huge. Your muscles everywhere,
know.
but
Look
your
how-
nose is useless.
Look how huge I am. I'm so big. This thing tricked me. Did not fight fair.
Look, we're gonna have the selection of fine cheeses and different kind of woods and corks, seaweeds, rotten vegetables for you to smell, so we can train that smell up. Okay, you got me? Because
Okay.
these wizards are tricky.
You're right, Andreas. You're so smart. That's why we're friends. Because you're like as smart as me, if not smarter.
I know,
Not as smart as me. But
I know. It's like we're all so smart.
yeah, I'm the smartest though.
You know, Siegfried, he stays real quiet, but that means he's just thinking.
Yes, Siegfried is always thinking.
Man, if this is what Grimjaw had to encounter, I'm surprised he made it through. I mean, Grimjaw was tough and all, but we're gonna have to really keep our eyes out.
Yes.
Thank you for helping me avenge him.
We're not done yet. Mr. World, is it like almost nighttime at this point?
No.
Or we got time? So we're gonna keep moving our way through the western part of the city.
Okay.
Or
Can
do we
maybe-
want to search the area for like?
maybe take a short rest?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Huh?
Yeah.
Are you going to use your bardic ability to improve that short rest?
I will.
Andreas?
Okay, anybody who uses at least one hit dice gets an extra 1d6 hit points from the Song of Rest. I play the Beatles song. No, I don't. Okay.